Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and scholars. My name is Ali Jan Damani. I am currently doing my A levels from Cordoba School for A levels, Karachi, Pakistan. Today, I wish to present a paper which I have extracted from my understanding of the Granth Naklanki Gita on the misapprehension of two commonly found words in the Ginas that are Khand and Deep. I have divided my presentation into 5 parts. In the first part, I will give a brief introduction of Sayyid Imam Shah to whom this Granth is attributed. The second part will deal with the introduction and previous works on the Granth. The third and the main part of this paper would focus on the difference between Khand and Deep. In the fourth part, I will present reasons for the mistranslation of these two words and their usage as synonymous. The fifth and the last part will highlight the rich dimensions that this Granth provides, followed by my concluding remarks. The composition of the Granth Naklanki Gita is attributed to Sayyid Imam Shah. His name was Imam Din, surnamed Abdur Rahim. He was born in Uch, most probably in 1430. He was the youngest of the 18 children of Pir Hasan Kabiruddin. He did not receive Piratan, that is, office of the Pir, during his lifetime and was never designated as an official Pir by Imam of the time. He, however, preached Ismaili faith in different parts of the subcontinent. The center of his mission was Gujarat and Kathiawar side. Tradition relates that he also visited Multan to revise the old rituals and principles that were implemented by Pir Shams. He composed multifarious Ginans and Granths which reflect his piety and devotion towards Ismailism. Compositions that are attributed to Sayyid Imam Shah are a mixture of various Indic languages and themes, ranging from the ground of spirituality to modern cosmology. Ismailism indeed owes a great debt to Sayyid Imam Shah for his valuable services which he rendered during his lifetime. Tradition has it that he died in 1513. He is buried in Pirana, Ahmedabad, India. One must note the fact that these traditional dates of his lifespan vary in different sources from about 1 year to nearly a decade. Naklanki Gita is a mystical composition and a very important part of the vast treasure of the Satpant literature of South Asian regions. The term Naklank is a combination of two words, Na, which means no, and Kalank means spot. Hence, Naklank means spotless or stainless. The term Naklank refers to the name of the 10th avatar of Vishnu in his form as the Shia Imam. The word Gita has been derived from the Hindu mythology and it literally means sacred divine song. The subject matter covered in Naklanki Gita is so vast that it actually forces scholars to write that an entire science textbook could be constructed from this Granth. Its language is a mixture of prose and poetry. Its rhythm is similar to the shloks of the Hindu Puranas and other ancient Hindu scriptures. Despite of the fact that its vocabulary is rustic, but the scientific ideas it presents and the examples and comparisons it provides to explain most advanced theories are simple, elegant, and within common everyday experiences. Its traditional tune, that is rag, is not accessible. Most of the manuscripts which contain this Granth fail to identify its rag. There have been a number of attempts to interpret this Granth. I would like to mention and discuss few of them here. Mr. Shiraz Pradhan wrote an article on Naklanki Gita nearly in 25 pages. His write-up serves as an academic tool to interpret the Granth. It mainly focused on its scientific notion. His article, however, is lengthy but failed to identify the difference between Khand and Deep. Apart from the work of Mr. Shiraz Pradhan, up till now, Mr. Pyali Jiva, the chairperson of the Association for Study of Ginans, is the only person to have its English transliteration. Thanks to Mr. Jiva and his teammates for for providing me its English transliteration through the digital library of the Association for Study of Ginans. As mentioned earlier, Khand and Deep are two of the most common words found in our holy Ginans. According to my study, there is no other Ginan or Granth giving a detailed comment regarding the difference between these two words except Naklanki Gita. We shall now analyze the meaning behind these two words. The term Deep or Mahadeep is a Sanskrit word which literally means continent. Continent refers to the continuous and vast expanse of land. The world is divided into 7 continents. Most of the historic geographical sources also claim the division of Earth into 7 continents. Few Khojki manuscripts also support this view. In addition, Naklanki Gita also states the similar thing in the following wordings. Prithvi Mahe Saat Deep Che. Translation: there are 7 continents on Earth. The term Deep is very commonly found in Ginans. In fact, the Naklanki Gita repeats the word Deep approximately 35 times. This word has been used in 2 major contexts. One is that to express the love towards the Imam by declaring that he is the sole person who could create, sustain and destroy his creation. Other is to explain the geographical structure of the earth. This is more related to scientific notion present in our holy Ginans. Pir Sadruddin says in one of his Ginan, Sami Raja Jampu Depe Umayo Velate Karjo Amra. Translation: O Lord, in the subcontinent that is Jampu Deep, you have been supplicated. O Master, make your arrival soon. We have now seen above the interpretation of the word Deep. This word has been correctly translated and interpreted by our scholars over time, and hence it therefore not requires further discussion. The term Khand is derived from the Sanskrit word Khadi, means bay. Apart from the discussion of origin of the word, let us now try to interpret it. Bay is basically a broad inlet of the sea where the land curves inwards. A larger bay is also called a gulf. The term Khand is a frequent usage in the Ginans and Granths. The word Khand occurs 31 times in the Naklanki Gita, twice in 2 major contexts. One is that to express the love towards the Imam by declaring the fact that he is the sole person who could create, sustain and destroy his creation. Other is to explain geographical structure of the earth. This is obviously more related to scientific notion in the Ginans as mentioned earlier. An interesting fact to note that while we interpret Ginans, we are going to find the word Khand always with the number 9. For example, the first verse of the Ginan of Pir Shams, Sami Tamari Wadi Mahe, it reads that Sami Tamari Wadi Mahe Gur Birma Sir Chanar. Nave Khande Me Sicha Rupya, Sami Siche Anantapar. Its translation is, O Lord, in your garden, the guide, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the gardener. He has watered and planted in the 9 bays, while the Lord showers his mercy beyond limit. We have briefly discussed above the correct meaning of the word Khand. But unfortunately, some writers have translated the word Khand as continent. For instance, in the printed book of Anantakhado by Itra Pakistan, the word Khand is translated as continent, which seems incorrect provided we read Ginans from an academic point of view. Thus, we observe that both Khand and Deep are translated in the meanings of continent by our scholars, which is neither suitable nor befitting. We shall now analyze few major reasons for the misinterpretation of these 2 commonly found words in the holy Ginans. Number 1. Lack of command over Indic languages. Ginans are the mystical compositions of Ismaili peers. Ginans were brought forth in different parts of the subcontinent in which multiple words of different languages are found. Tradition relates that Ginans were composed in more than 40 languages and 36 melodies. Despite of the fact that tradition mentions the usage of more than 40 languages, but unfortunately not more than 15 or 17 languages are found. It indicates that even less than half of the number found in oral and written traditions are present in the Ginans. It implies that a lot of our literature has been lost over time, and scholars have identified different reasons for the loss of our precious literature. The point to note here is that Ginans are a mixture of various languages, whether we find 40 languages or 15. Therefore, before studying Ginans, one must have knowledge of different languages, notably languages that were prevalent in South Asian regions such as Sanskrit, Prakrit, Gujarati, Marathi, Hindi, Urdu, Punjabi, Sindhi. One cannot work on the Ginans from an academic point of view without knowing or having a slight knowledge of all of these languages. This is indeed the need of present time. Secondly, lack of criticism over the text of Ginans have also caused misinterpretation of the terminologies used in the Ginans. Ginans are an integral part of different rituals of worship, and they are devotionally recited in the Jamaat Khanas. Beyond their role in worship, the Ginans permeate in many ways communal and individual life. At a communal level, the commencement of any function or gathering, be it religious or secular, is marked by a short recitation from Quran and then followed by one from the Ginans. During sermons, religious discussions, and in religious education materials, Ginanic stanzas are often cited as proof texts. At a personal and family level too, Ginans are used in many different contexts. Individual verses can be quoted as proverbs, and even verses can be cited in the homes to bring barakat, that is blessings. Recitation of Ginans has always been emphasized more than the meaning and criticism on the text. It is almost of no importance for the reciters that the text which is being recited by them belongs to which language and what meaning does a single piece of text could bring when interpreted using a diversified set of languages. For example, a single word might have different meaning in Gujarati and different in Punjabi. Perhaps the greatest obstacle for further studies on the Ginanic literature is the total absence of any kind of textual criticism on the literature. Last reason which I would like to highlight for the misinterpretation of the terminologies of the Ginan is difficulties to read accessible manuscripts. The beginning of the 20th century brought a revolution in the field of Ginanic study. Up till the beginning of 20th century, the lithograph books were common. Founded in 1903 by Mukhilalji Bhai Devraj, the Sindhi printing press became the house of official publication for the Indian Ismaili literature. Although the publication of Ginans, being inaugurated by Mukhilalji Bhai Devraj, unified the text of the Ginans, but unfortunately it lacked proper addition, verification and translation. Following the publication of Lalji Bhai Devraj, the tradition of manuscripts began to disappear slowly and gradually. Even in modern times, most of the scholars refer to the publication of Mukhilalji Bhai Devraj because of the fact that its text is more reliable than any other Ginanic publication. However, one must not ignore the fact that the publication of Lalji Bhai Devraj contained only text, whereas the scribes used to mention different things related to Ginans in their manuscripts. For example, sometimes reader may find maps, mysterious numbers or numerical boxes. This element was only found in manuscripts. Sometimes we also find traditional designs. This is the beauty of manuscripts. These are not found in any publications, or if we are going to talk particularly in the publication of Mukhilalji Bhai Devraj, they are not found. These were the reasons, I think these were the major reasons that proved as an obstacle for the study of Ginans and interpretation of the terms used in Ginans. Moving to the last part of my paper, I would like to highlight or even discuss what else is there in the Naklanki Gita. If I just define Naklanki Gita in two words, it is simply a multi-dimensional work. It does not only contain religious things, but it contains cosmology, physics, chemistry, and many more things. Let me list out 2 to 3 things here. Creation of the universe is mentioned in Naklanki Gita. Explanation of different mountains and how they are present on earth is mentioned in Naklanki Gita. The names of underworld means subterranean, which are termed as patals in Hindi. Their details are also mentioned in Naklanki Gita. The 9 types of snakes that are termed as Nag in Hindu mythology, they are termed as Nag. So the 9 types of snakes and their jewels, such details are also present in Naklanki Gita. So we see that Naklanki Gita is not limited to any particular subject. Instead, it covers multiple subjects, and it gives actually each and every person of different age a multi-dimensional view. I can just go on with my topic, but I have to respect the time which has been allotted to me. What I believe personally is that opportunity often comes disguised in the form of misfortune, but if you are determined to learn, then no one can stop you. However, I couldn't come to attend the conference today, or else I could have got a great chance to get myself involved in the question and answer session and learn a lot of things with such immensely learned audience. In the end, I would like to thank my parents for supporting me. I would also like to express my heartfelt gratitude and appreciation to all individuals, specifically Rai Mumtaz Ali Tajdeen for assisting me on this topic, Mr. Pyarli Jiva, the chairperson of the Association for Study of Ginans, yes, my Pyarli uncle. More and more, I have Mr. Karim Tharani, University of Saskatchewan, Professor Karim and Ms. Nasreen Rajani for time to time assistance and support. It became possible only because of the above mentioned people that I received today the privilege and honor to present before this very learned audience. Thank you.